What's up, you guys? Bless Her Aura here with another video. Support Adina Design Inc. Yes indeed, yes indeed. As you can see, this is a special video because I'm going to reveal something super awesome. So stay tuned, enjoy. Now, oh, what's going on here? Oh, okay, yeah. Let's jump right into it.
As you can see, I have food. I love food. I figured the best way to tell you a story, a really good story and juicy story, is to do it while I'm eating. So really this video is a mukbang. Enough talking, let's dive right in. What we have here is just leftovers, really. It's just a lot of leftovers. My baby, he's a really good cook and he cooks all different types of cuisines. One night we decided we wanted a Mediterranean type of cuisine, you know, nothing too big, nothing too, you know, extravagant, you know, just doing the Mediterranean thing. He made actually one of my favorite dishes. It's just some kale pasta, really, with peas, sun-dried tomatoes, fresh cherry tomatoes. We have quinoa here. Of course, we have a fresh salad right here. I don't know if you can see, but a fresh salad. And then today he made lentil soup, which is actually another one of my favorites of his. So I have that in combination with everything else, and then a pickle. Let's dig in. The reason why I decided to cut my locks, oh yeah, I guess I just told you just now. I cut my locks. Don't worry. You guys will see at the end what my hair looks like underneath this thing. But let's talk about the juice or the sauce. Sauce. Oh, for those of you who don't know, I'm vegan, so this brand called, this brand called Just Ranch is 100% vegan. They have Just Ranch, Just Mayo. I believe they have Just Milk too. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I know they do have Just Mayo and Just Ranch. This is vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, no dairy, none of that stuff. And of course, everything on my plate is vegan. So shout out to all my vegans out there. But anyway, I love ranch on my pastas, on all of my pastas. Kalamata olives for my salad. Can't have a salad without Kalamata olives. A little bit on here. Okay. Now we want to add the last thing, pepperoncinis. For those of you who don't know what pepperoncinis are, every time you ordered a pizza from Papa John's, those little yellow things or peppers in the box, those are pepperoncinis. Fact of the day. And then, you know, gotta have my hot sauce. I put hot sauce on everything, especially my lentils. Anyway, the reason why I cut my locks, number one, is because I started to notice that my foundation was weak. Not even just noticing, but my loctician actually told me the same thing. And what I mean by that is that when I started my locks, I actually started them maybe about 2 to 3 years ago. My hair wasn't at its strongest point. It wasn't strong at all, now that I think about it. It was very brittle, hard to manage, and I thought, hold on. I thought that locking my hair would at least help me maintain it, and, you know, I would be able to deal with it much better. But I was wrong. So I actually started locks maybe like 5 times. Like one time I would start them and then I would give up. Then the second time I'd start them, give up. Now, let me just put this out here. When I would start my locks and, you know, start over, they weren't completely locked. So really they were just comb coiled, and I would just comb them out. Or I actually had two strand twists. I'm sorry, 2-strand twists. So this is so good. I'm sorry. This is so good. She who findeth a man that can cook findeth a great thing. And don't get me wrong, I can cook, but he throws down. I started my locks, and the 5th time that I started them, I actually stuck with it. So I contacted a loctician that I met at the Atlanta Metropolitan Vegan Festival. And of course, for those of you who don't know, I am located in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, actually, I'm not going to tell y'all the exact city, but Atlanta, Georgia. So I contacted her. I asked her, I said, hey, I'm looking to start my locks. Could you start them for me? And how much do you charge? She said, yeah, no problem. I'll start your locks. I charge $120. And at first I was like, oh, that's a little steep. I don't think I want to pay $120 to start no locks. But then, you know, she convinced me. So I was like, hey, whatever. I make the appointment, and I go. She does the 2-strand twist. And after she's done, she pretty much just tells me, wait 3 weeks before you start washing your hair. And so I did. Moving forward, I actually waited longer than 3 weeks. I think I waited about 2 months before I locked my hair. My hair is very fine, so it takes longer for my hair to lock versus someone who has a more coarse texture. I waited about a month to wash my hair, and I started to notice that my hair was budding. So I, immediately I got super excited. I'm like, yes, I'm at the first stage. All I have to do is get past this stage and I'm good. So I got past that stage. Then I started to get impatient. Just to let you guys know, when I started my locks, I didn't cut them. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but I didn't cut them. I actually did 2-strand twists. So my hair was already about right here when I started them. I began to get impatient, and I decided to interlock them. A lot of people say, oh, interlocking is bad for your hair. You shouldn't do it. All of that. I mean, I heard that, but I wasn't listening to it. I wanted my hair to hurry up and lock so I can do all different types of styles and, just do me, basically. I had a friend of mine interlock my hair. And when she did that, my hair took off. It started to grow. It started to, it was more manageable. And I just absolutely loved it. I loved it. I was like, wow. So this is what it's like to have locks. Now, time passed. I started to notice that my hair was thinning at the root. And I started to get a little worried. But I didn't really focus on it like that. I just kept up my same regimen, which is wet it, oil it, moisturize it, all of those things. Make sure you sleep with the bonnet on, or a silk pillow case, just for anyone out here who has locks, or if you're looking to just, to start locks. So, I did everything that I thought I was supposed to do. I didn't wash it as much. But it still started to thin at the root. Like, seriously, at that point, I was panicking. I'm like, what the hell? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Why is my hair thinning? My hair was literally hanging on by a thread. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is what my root looked like. It was thick towards the middle of the lock, right? But the root was like dental floss. And eventually, I had only 2 locks left in the back of my neck, so the nape area. I only had 2 locks that were left, and they were literally hanging on by a thread. Oh my God, that's cold. I'm sorry. Like quinoa, cold. I don't really like my quinoa cold, but you know, it's still good. That's a nice flavor to it. They were hanging on by a thread, and I kept them there because I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to lose. I want to keep all of my locks. I don't care if they are hanging on by a thread. So I kept them there, and then some more time passed, and I noticed that the side of my head, 5 locks were thinning at the same time, literally hanging on by a thread. So I said, you know what? I'm tired of this. I am tired of it. And it was only on the left side. It was only on the left side and in the back. So I went to my sister. And for those of you who saw my ancestry DNA video, this is my sister from my dad's side, a newly found sibling I called on, right? She does hair. She's not a natural hairstylist. She just, you know, she does hair, like perms, cuts, color, all of that extra stuff. So I came to her. I said, look, I'm going through a crisis right now, okay? I need your help. She said, don't worry, I got you. That's literally how she talks. Don't worry, I got you. What she ended up doing was she shaved the left side of my head, and then she shaved the back, tapered it, did a little design. I think it was like zigzags or something like that. The last video that I made where I showed you guys how to make a wrap tutorial if you have locks, that's the style that I ended up with after she cut and colored my hair. Blonde and burgundy. It was cute. I liked it. Woo! That's good. She cut and colored my hair. And after I left, I was just like, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. I can finally breathe again. I have a new style that I can rock. It looks good. I'm about to shut the club down on a Tuesday. No, wait. Club going up on a Tuesday. Yeah. Club was going up on a Tuesday. So after I left, I was happy. You know, I was excited. And again, I just kept going with my same routine. But then 3 more months passed by, and I noticed more locks were starting to thin. I'm like, what is really going on? What is really going on? So what's going to happen? I'm just going to have a head full of broken off locks, hairs broken off, looking crazy, looking like that thing on Lord of the Rings. I don't know what his name is, but he said something like, my precious. That thing. For those of y'all, you know, who know who I'm talking about. I don't know what his name is. But that is good. It's lentil soup. It's really good. You guys should try it. At this point, I'm just distraught, and I pretty much had enough. I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So I just looked in the mirror, and I had a pair of scissors in my hand, and I said, you know what? It is what it is. I took those pairs of scissors. I cut one in the front. I didn't start from the back like you normally would, just in case you change your mind. I started at the front. So basically, I had to cut the rest. Not saying that I didn't want to. I cut my locks off one by one. My boo. He saw me cutting off my locks, and he was like, oh my God! T, what are you doing? I said, I'm done. I done had enough. I shaved the side of my head. I done shaved the back of my head. I'm done. I don't want to deal with this anymore. And then on top of that, my loctician even recommended that I cut them off because of the fact that she noticed that my foundation was weak and brittle. So it was inevitable. So he said, you know what? I support you. And honestly, when he told me that, I said, you know what? Let's continue. So he actually took the scissors from me and he helped me cut them out. When I cut them off and I saw myself without, well, I wasn't completely bald head. I had a lot of new growth. But when he was done cutting my hair, it was the strangest feeling. I felt liberated at that point. I felt like I had been reborn, to be honest. When I tell the story, people always ask me, what do you mean by that? Well, this is what I mean. I cut my hair because of the damage. But I'm going to go into the feeling that I had and what I experienced after I cut my hair. So pay close attention. It is a known fact that hair, especially locked hair, holds on to memories, addictions, what type of food you eat, chemicals. It holds on to everything. Forensic specialists, they're able to, if a person has passed away or, was killed or whatever, they're able to basically give a person's life story based off of their hair follicles. Whether that person was a smoker or a drinker, all of that. They're also able to tell if that person went through trauma as well, emotional trauma. It's a fun fact. I mean, it's actually pretty astonishing. Just another fun fact for today. If you don't believe me, look it up. I felt liberated. I recognized myself again. And what I mean by that is that when I had my locks and when I started my locks, I wasn't at a really great place in my life. I was going through a lot. Emotionally, physically, all of that. And I just viewed life in a negative, way. Like my thought patterns were negative. My relationships and friendships had began to spiral downward because of my thought patterns. My friends would tell me, hey, it looks like a dark cloud is hovering over you. Like we can't even recognize you anymore. And I was like, what? Well, at the time, I really wasn't like, what? I was like, oh, whatever. You're just saying that. Not willing to listen to what they were saying, but it was the truth. Because my hair was locked spiritually, and this is just in my opinion, my harmful thoughts and my bad habits were recorded in my hair, within my hair. And the more I thought that way, the more my hair took in, as far as those thoughts. Excuse me. It just, ooh. I used to wear them down. And my mom actually told me, she said, you look so dark with your hair down. Put your hair up. I don't like your hair being down like that. You look so dark. And I'm like, why does everyone keep saying the same thing? So, moving forward, I said, you know what? It was meant to be. For them to thin out the way that they did, and then for me to follow up with cutting them off completely. It was meant to happen that way. And that's just through my experience. I don't know about anyone else's, but my experience. Your hair records everything. Everything. Every experience you've ever had. Every emotion you've ever felt. When I cut my hair off, I recognized who I was. And it was like a totally different person, you know, was in the mirror versus the person that I was used to seeing, who was, you know, kind of dark and just always sad and depressed and mad at the world. Oh my God. This thing is not acting right. I saw a new person, and after I cut my hair, those negative thoughts, those bad habits, all of that just disappeared. It took some time for them to completely disappear. Not to say that I don't have some good days, some bad days, but majority of my days are great because of my positive thought pattern and my positive, you know, mind at this point. I don't regret it at all. At all. I love my hair. And I'm going to show you guys, of course. I know you guys are probably like, let us see it, let us see it, let us see it. Take off that thing. Or take off that wrap. I thought I was going to take it off. Got you. I love my hair. I love the way that it looks. I love, you know, the cut. Because I actually went to the natural hair salon, and they cut some of the dead ends off, and, you know, gave me a steam treatment just to put moisture back in there. But, you know, now I love it. And my goal right now is to work on my foundation. So getting my foundation and my roots healthy before I do anything else. And I know some of you are probably like, are you ever going to get locks again? I may. It's a possibility. I may. But first I have to make sure my foundation and my roots are healthy, number one. Number two, well, this is a given. My thought pattern is going to remain positive and is going to remain in the state that it's in. Happiness and peace and joy and love. So I won't have to worry about my locks recording those negative thought patterns. Now I know how to push those patterns out of my head. Thank goodness. Will I get them back? It's a possibility. But I'm not in a rush. Are you guys ready for the big finale? Are you guys ready for the big finale? Let me get a few more bites in, and then I'll show you, because this is good. This is really, really good. Actually, I thought I was going to eat all of this, but I didn't. I guess I was, well, maybe it was because I was talking. It's so good. Okay. It's so good. Okay. Something to drink. Alright, are you guys ready for the big finale? Once I snap my fingers, you're going to see what my hair looks like underneath this thing. Shim shim sarabim! Here we are. As you can see, it's a little crusty only because I haven't done it. I didn't do it today. I wanted you guys to see it without a style. But so far, this is what we have here. So, like I said, it's dry. I haven't done it today. This is my natural curl pattern. I did tell you guys that I shaved it on the sides. Well, I shaved one side, but then eventually I shaved the other just so it can be even. This is pretty much it. This is me fully raw, fully uncut. You know what I'm saying? Like, just all of this chocolate right here waiting for you. I'm going to upload another video giving you guys the rundown of my routine, how I'm training my hair, how I'm building it back up so that way it can be strong and healthy. You know, all of those different things will be in the next video. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to stay on the lookout. And I do apologize for the amount of time I waited to upload another video, but you guys won't have to worry about that anymore. I'm giving you my word that I'm going to upload often. gonna say that often. We'll say maybe every 2 days, every day to 2 days. I do thank you guys for watching this video. And oh yeah, I have one little person who would like to tell you guys hello as well. Give me one moment.
Bye.
This is Brody. Well, what's your name?
Brody.
Brody wants you to like, comment, and subscribe and watch his mommy's YouTube channel. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me some sugar.